think I'm live. All right, I am going to add a guest to be in my live video. This is the first time that I've ever done this. Let's see, you have no requests. So that's not what I want to do. Invite to join, learn and empower. This is my friend Melanie Sanukian. So, okay. All right. I see one person here. This is literally the first time I've gone live on any social media platform, so this will be interesting. All right. Hey, Mel.
Hey, Tricia.
Hey, okay. Let's see. If I hit that, I wave. I'm having fun trying to figure out all these different features.
Uh-oh, did I?
I think I've
There we
lost
go.
you.
No, I tried to wave back, but I ended up flipping my camera. So we're not give technological wisdom.
Right.
Just be transparent women who care about things that matter. So there you go.
I like that.
Yay.
Okay.
Love it.
Well,
good to see you, Tricia.
good to see you too.
How was
My
your week?
It's been good. Well, I just, came off the weekend. And so we actually had a very deliberately slow weekend. We've been going so hard this summer. I always feel like summertime is very chaotic for us because we are very rhythmic, like oriented people. And so the summer, it's like there's a camp here and a slumber party with grandpa and grandma here. So all that to say is we intentionally stayed home and had really slow days this weekend, and it felt wonderful.
Good for you.
How about you?
Well, we are naturally chaotic people, so summer is even more chaotic.
That's good.
I wish I were more of a rhythm person, but yeah, and then we've got older kids now, one in college down to one that's just going into junior high and two high schoolers. So they're all over the place. Half of them can drive. Our big thing has been, can we all come together? We love the TV series, The Chosen. We've watched the first 3 seasons, and the 4th season, it's like, is everyone going to be home tonight? Can we get, we've watched, I think 3 episodes now, and it came out like a month and a half ago or something. So that's been our thing, is like, when are we all together that we can watch, do something as a family together. So, but we did just come back from our trip, going back home to visit friends and family in California where we used to live. So that was really nice. That was kind of the break that we needed from the heat of Arizona too. So yeah.
How old are your kids? I don't think I've asked that.
Yeah, I've got a college-aged daughter who's 20, a son who's going to be a senior this year, so we're doing the college thing again, and then a middle daughter who's going to be a sophomore. She's 15, and then our youngest is 11 and going to 6th grade in the upper school with her siblings. So she's finally, she's always felt left behind because of that age gap. But finally going to be driving to school with her brother and going to the big kids school. So it's a good spread.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is a great spread.
It's a lot. It's a challenge. But it's a joy at the same time. Isn't that parenting?
Yeah. Well, I've got 2 kiddos, 8 and 5, and so we are still in the slow days. But when they're little, it's easier to live a little more slowly.
It's totally true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So as people are hopping on, I don't know if you guys want to let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm in Tennessee. I think, Mel, you said you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
And so we connected through another company called Trades of Hope. And I don't know if you want to share anything about that, just in how I know I've got my bracelet on. I still wear this, it's so old, but from Haiti. Yeah.
These are from India, I believe, and Asia, our little sparrow necklace. Yeah, it's a fair trade company that empowers women out of poverty and human trafficking. And we do it by selling fair trade goods that they are so talented at making. And it's been my joy job for 9 years. It's been such a blessing for my family. And it's given me, as a mom who stayed home most of the time, I've worked outside the home as well, but it's just given me this purpose, even outside of my own family, to help other women be able to provide for their families. So totally this dignified partnership. And I've gotten to travel with them, and it's been one of my greatest joys. So yeah.
I love it so much.
So
yeah. Well, we're going to share today with you guys a little bit more about who we are, and we just want to have a very open and transparent conversation with you guys. But we also want to hear where you're coming from. So whether you're watching with us live or if you're watching the replay, go ahead and tell us where you live. And we also want to know kind of who our audience is. And so put a 1 in the comments if you're a stay-at-home mom. That's me. I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Moms.
I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom, so that's a lot of fun. And then put a 2 in the comments if you are a mission-minded person, because as you can already hear from Melanie's heart, and mine is the same, but we are very mission-minded people. Mm-hmm. And then also we want to know if you're totally brand new to digital marketing. So if you have no clue what this is and you're just like streaming through the lives and you're seeing this and this is brand new to you, or maybe you've been interested and curious, but you still don't have clarity on what digital marketing is, put a 3 in the chat and let us know if this is brand new to you. So we want to have a kind of an idea of who we're in conversation with, because we really do want you guys to be a part of this conversation.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey.
So Mel, go ahead and you maybe share a little bit about how you found the Legacy Builders program.
Yes. So I had been seeing digital marketing online, people talking about it, but I was like, it sounded a little bit like cryptic, like no one was telling me what it was, and I had to put a really strange word in the comments in order to find out more, and it felt kind of secretive, and I was not drawn to that at all. And then a friend of mine, who's also a coaching colleague, because I do coaching and I'm training for coaching, and she's an amazing coach as well. I was in her coaching group, and she went from coaching, she still does, but to helping women build their coaching businesses. She started talking about digital marketing, and I had a ton of respect for her. And I was like, ooh, I'm willing to listen to her. And she and I had already spent time getting to know each other and sharing our stories. So I just, interrogated her basically with all the questions I had. What is this? And she was just kind of starting off new. And I found out later she'd been watching a friend that she respected and trusted go into this, and see this friend. I don't even know, because this friend's been doing it longer than us, but this friend earned like $50,000 her first month. And so Carrie was like, tell me more. And Carrie has been doing it for over 2 months and earned over $100,000. But I kind of came in the middle of that, which is crazy. And she's one of those mission-minded people that I'm talking about, where she has such a heart for kingdom causes. She has such a heart for helping people. She was a single mom at one point and has her own story. And she just wants to help moms and business leaders be able to kind of support their outside passions, to be able to earn income when they're, if you've ever tried to start a business, it takes years to get to a living wage, like a full income. And so she wanted to offer this to her clients and to her friends who were trying to build these other businesses that we're really passionate about. And she wanted to do that, but knew that it takes a long time to get to that full-time income, and you've got kids and you've got bills to pay and you've got food to put on the table. So this is this awesome kind of interim option that you can use to both build those businesses and passions you care about, but also earn money right away by selling the program itself. Right. So when she started explaining that to me, I was like, oh, okay, this makes more sense to me. So talked about it with my husband, dove in, and kind of the rest is history. So it's been a really interesting thing. And then Tricia, you saw me talking about it.
Yeah. So Melanie was turning 50. Can I say that? And I turned 40 this year. So
good thing.
These are monumental shifts in our lives. And so I saw a birthday post where she shared that she was starting this new digital marketing thing. And the truth is, I didn't really know exactly like what digital marketing entailed. I knew about digital products. I have a really close friend who has made significant income selling a sourdough course online. I have a couple friends who are in affiliate marketing, and so they have done really well. I've got a friend who's a blogger, and she has worked in the business for 20 years and has done it's been an incredible blessing to her family. So for me, I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I homeschool my kids, like I mentioned, and I really, really, my faith is what's central to my life. And so my heart, I feel like I've had this whole last decade of my life kind of cocooned away in my home, which has been like a sanctuary for me. And it's just been a time and season in my life of deep spiritual formation. And in homeschooling, it has become a time where my highest aim and priority is shepherding my kids' hearts. And so it's been family discipleship. And so the Lord has really just been working on my heart over the last probably 4 years, that I really want to create a community and space and product. I'm trying to think of what to call it, but around spiritual formation and family discipleship and around homeschooling, because I feel like it all integrates. So all that to say, I had been looking all over the internet for courses and that would teach me everything I needed to know in order to do digital marketing well. What I did not know is about the master resell rights that would give me the option to learn everything I would need to know while also helping me earn an income to contribute to my home. So I saw Melanie's post, it piqued my interest, and I started shooting her also a ton of questions. So that's kind of what we're wanting to do today, is to let you in on some of the questions that we each had and the top questions that we get from other people. Then open it up for a Q&A for all of you guys too.
Yeah. And I wanted to do full disclosure. So I threw out those big numbers, and those are true. Those are real people that have earned those things. But just like any sales business, like there are people that just seem like they got the Midas touch and they just hit, you know, and part of it is Carrie's so well respected and she had a really large warm market. And I would say, you know, 9 out of 10, she has said 9 out of 10 of her people come from her warm market. And not all of us have a warm market. So not all of us are going to do that. And we're choosing to do, Tricia and I, more of the faceless marketing, which means you kind of start from the bottom. It's a slower build. And so what I've experienced is those people, especially in the community, you know, the founder of this company has made over $1 million. She made over $1 million in 17 months. Like, amazing. Don't we wish we could all do that? Maybe some of us will. But what we're trying to communicate is that's not necessarily going to be everyone's income level, certainly not, you know, right away, but this is the kind of thing that has the potential if you do the work to kind of build. And I was blessed to have my first month, I earned $2,700, which was amazing and really what our family needed, especially when you have multi-level marketing where oftentimes June and July are like those low months. That filled in a gap for us that we needed. My husband's also a teacher and a coach. And so summer months are like, we're kind of, you know, trying to live paycheck to paycheck and just get by. And so to have that $2,700 has been such a blessing. And so I know that that's been my experience. I have another friend who did this for a while. She earned $5,000. So she made her investment back and then some, but she's deciding to stop selling this as a product and just use the marketing piece of it to market a new business she's launching. And so there's all sorts of options and results out there. And so we'll tell you more about how to get those different results and who this is for and who this isn't for. And I would say the people that this is for is people who are willing to be consistent over time. That's how I built up my business with Trades of Hope, which was a multi-level marketing company. They've switched to affiliate. And for 9 years, I just did I touched my business almost every day. I try to take Sundays off. But if you're willing to be consistent over time and not just look for the instant results and get discouraged if you don't get them, then keep listening, because this is definitely for you. Tricia, who is this not for?
So the opposite of that. So honestly, this is something that you can do in the fringe times of your day. So my top priority is always going to be educating my kids and being fully present with them. If you can't tell from my account, if you haven't been there yet, go check it out. But like all of my, what are they even called? B-rolls? I don't even know, you guys. But all my reels are literally from our day-to-day micro adventures. So we're constantly going blueberry picking or going out to the river or going to a friend's farm. And we're just constantly going out and spending time outside. So my days, I want them to stay that way. And so all of that to say is it can be, I'm really working to master a 2-hour a day, work day.
Yeah.
I will say I'm working more time than that right now, and just full transparency. But that is, I'm really trying to discipline this, and these income engaging, tasks. I'm really trying to hone in and craft that to where it's not interrupting my day with my kids. So, although my kids right now are over at my sister-in-law's 2 blocks away hanging out, so it's all good. Um, but that said, this is not for a person who's looking just to get rich quick. This is for the person who's willing to stick it out over time. It's also it's not for a person who is not willing to work and to put themselves out there and get creative and get gritty.
Yeah.
You have to want this, and you have to be ready. For me, I've tried my hand at different times, but with different things. But this time, like, there's just a full confidence and certainty that these are skills that I need.
Yep.
They're skills that are marketable. They're skills that are translatable. And so there are literally no losses here. So I am willing to put in the work to see this thing through.
Yep.
So yeah. So if you're not willing to work, this probably isn't for you.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We head to next.
Yeah. Let's see. So here's something else. We really want to capture who is listening and who is here. We want you guys to be a part of the conversation. So put a 1 in the comments if you've actively been looking for ways to make money from home online. That was me. So yes, I have a mission, I have a heart, I have a message that I want to put out into the world. But let me tell you what's really motivating here. I've been sitting on this message for 4 years, but what's really motivating is that there's a dollar amount attached to this.
Yeah.
That I don't have to mindlessly, as they say, throw spaghetti on the walls, but that I am able to promote this program with master resale rights and earn an income now as I'm learning these translatable skills. So put a 1 in the comment if you've been actively looking for ways to make money from home online. And then put a 2 in the comments if you've just stumbled upon this and it sparked your interest. And then tell us in the comments if you have an existing business or passion that you're looking to monetize. Mm-hmm. So this really is for stay-at-home moms and who are looking for additional income, and it's for women or men who are mission-minded people who they want to. They want to be able to monetize and make a living from these things that they feel that are meaningful, that they feel passionately about.
Yeah.
So what is it that you're passionate about? Put it in the comments.
Yes. And I would say along with that, we all have something that's kind of in our heart that we feel like we've wanted to share with the world, but haven't known how to do it. And so when I saw that part of this training that Michelle O'Neill, the founder, who's really a brilliant marketer, part of the training that she's doing is how to create a course and put it out there, how to launch a book. And I've been threatening to write a book for like 10 years. And I finally got the one. I'm always like, great ideas, but they're often half-baked or they're raw. I don't follow through with all of them. And from my coaching courses, we all kind of committed to what's our 90-day project when this course is over. And mine was, okay, I'm finally going to write a book. I have the kind of outline in my head, the 8 questions that I'm going to ask that help get people unstuck. But I felt overwhelmed with how to do it. Well, she's got a 30-page plan on I think that was 20 pages on what to do before the launch, what to do during the launch, what to do after the launch. And I was like, I would not have known any of this. And so I feel grateful that the financial investment I made is totally worth what you pay just for the content, but then to be able to turn around and sell this to someone like Tricia, who has the same passion, who has a mission, has dreams that she wants to do. It's just this wonderful win-win.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think oh yes, I remember we were talking about let's do the top 3 questions that we're getting from people that I know you asked me, Tricia, and I asked Carrie, and they're often kind of the same thing. So I'll take the first one, and the most common question is, which I asked and Tricia asked, and Carrie even asked her friend and mentor, okay, so what are you selling? We get that, right? Because digital is not a product in your hand, right? I sell Trades of Hope. I can just say earrings if you want to know, oops, what I sell for Trades of Hope. I just lost my earring. We sell, fashion accessories. Boom, I can answer it in one statement, one sentence. And that's easy when we're used to being in a world where we sell tangible products that we can put in a little shipping package and send to you. The digital world's a totally relatively new beast, right? And so we're selling digital products that, which, as Tricia said, there's been people selling digital products for a while now. I had a blog for a while. Like there's been people doing stuff in the digital space, but what makes it different is that this marketing training, this business in a box, this pre-built program, this one-stop shop, we were calling it, for all the marketing training that you will ever need. I promise you. If you're someone who kind of gets overwhelmed, there are moments where I have to do the training and I have to step back and kind of digest it. Yeah. There's so much possibility for training. And she keeps adding more. That's what's amazing. So this is not just, oh, you get this one kind of stale program that doesn't change or adapt to what's coming. She's putting new stuff on every week. It's incredible. And I do have a YouTube video on my YouTube channel with you could just search my name, and I did kind of an inside look where you can see, oh, and she gives this training and this marketing and for your brand and for your ideal customer, and it just keeps going. And so I love that it's living, right? That we can continue to kind of look into it. And so that marketing training can go towards current passions and current businesses. Like I'm using the marketing training and how I'm marketing Trades of Hope and our artisan partners, Fair Trade Goods. But then also you can use it for something that's been in your heart that you have never put out there. You can get that started, and then you can take the program itself and you just do, because it's pre-built, you just do a few they walk you through it. I think I got it done within the first 5 days with those 2-hour work days. You kind of make it your own, and then you can turn around and sell that to other mission-minded people or other stay-at-home moms like Tricia. That's her clientele, is you turn around and sell that to other people so that they can get their mission out there, so that they can stop the mindless scrolling on social media and use social media to push good content out there. And so it really is this multiple income opportunity where you sell the program itself, but you can also learn from the program to integrate and better expand your own business's passion. So that's it was a win-win for me, and that's what kind of sold me on it.
Yeah. I love it. The second question that I know I asked, that we do get asked quite a bit, is what kind of social media presence is needed. And so, I obviously we're using social platforms. And so in this particular program, Michelle, our founder, is really teaching us how to optimize all of the social platforms. So this is not limited to Instagram. Now, I'll tell you, for me, I like writing. So for me, writing a caption is fun. It's kind of like a little microblog. I don't do it exceptionally well because I'm new at it, but I'm learning. Well, I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, I can tell.
It is a lot of fun, but you don't have to limit it just to Instagram. I also have already started, I don't even know if I've told you this, Mel. I don't think there was an option or opportunity for me to tell you, but I did create a little Pinterest board, and I've already started posting a few little things there. Now that's a long game right there. Pinterest. And all of this is in the training, and all of this is new to me, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
You can also utilize TikTok and YouTube. So Mel and I both are already growing our YouTube channel, and I don't have followers yet, but I've had views. And so here we are at the beginning.
And even the small ones.
What's that? Oh yeah, even the small ones.
Even every win, even the small ones, because it keeps you encouraged.
Yeah, that's right. So what Michelle suggests in this program is to start with one platform and to really put your focus and energy on that platform for 90 days. And so that's what we're doing here. So we've both chosen Instagram as our primary platform, although we are kind of utilizing others. But then also, Mel may touch on this in a minute, but she also teaches us how to use free ads. So there are hundreds of websites that you can post free ads to attract people to your website. And so she's teaching that. So this is not limited to this Instagram space. This is where we are focusing our energy. But you will learn quickly how you can monetize your social platforms across the board. Another thing I think that was a concern, I really do not care about putting my face, my name, my daily activities on the internet. I'm doing this because I am loving the learning process, and I want to make money for my family. I mean, really. And I want to translate these skills to passion projects that I have. So please understand that. I do not care about being a social media influencer. And I actually had said to my husband in times past, I was like, honestly, I would love to publish a book, but I feel like the only time I'm going to be able to do it is like when I'm dead and gone. So like, because I just don't want self-promotion. So all that to say, if you're anything like me and you feel like, just whether you're insecure about putting your name and your life out on the interwebs publicly, or if it's just not your thing, like it's not my thing. I did not have a big social media following, but she advises you to start with zero. So you want to really narrow down who you're speaking to, and really curate everything to that. So you don't need a big social media following. That's my point there. The other thing that was super attractive to me was the option of doing it faceless. When I saw, I can't even remember where I picked it up, but somehow when I think it was maybe seeing the free blueprint, where I learned that that this program offers training for faceless marketing. And that, honestly, that might have been what sold me on it, because I was like, I don't have to put my face out there and I don't have to put my name out there. Now, obviously, here I am live. So I'm Tricia. I don't even know if we said our names, but I'm Tricia. Hello. But but to know that I could do this faceless was a really big appeal to me. So yeah. So question number 2, what kind of social media presence is needed? I hope that gives you a little bit of clarity on that.
Yes. I think I would add to that, because I'm similarly like hesitant. Social media has always felt like a love-hate relationship. But what I love about this, that kind of the thing that pushed me over the edge and helps me to continue, even when you feel like you don't see results day to day sometimes, or is that I'm making peace with the reality. As a 50-year-old, I'm kind of in that in-between stage where we didn't grow up with this. And so a lot of it is a learning curve. And sometimes I've come up against bumps, and why do I lose my captions sometimes if I try to make a reel on Instagram and I'm Googling it and whatever. But I'm determined to do it, because I know the feeling of having that $900 come through when you're not even working and going, oh my gosh, I just got paid. That makes me want to work more. It's like that kind of thing. And as well as realize digital marketing is the future. It just is. Digital products are the future. And so rather than fight against it and speak negatively, and complain about it, I'm just going to embrace it and use it for good. That and because sometimes we do too much consuming. This is going to make my time on social media more purposeful, because I'm creating. I'm blessing people with good content. I'm giving people who want it or who are interested good opportunities to make their lives better, to have more time freedom, to have more flexibility, to have less financial stress in their lives. So it gives me purpose to be on social media, and that helps me embrace it more than kind of fight against it like I always did. So now this might even be the number 1 question, but we have it as number 3, because everybody wants to know, right? Are there any other monthly fees, anything recurring pressure to reinvest more money? How much does a program cost? It always comes down to that. Now, the Legacy Builder program is $900. And what people have said on the school community that we're all a part of, like once you purchase it, you're in that community and you get to see all the people who are doing well, who are troubleshooting. There's technological help. It's just a pretty impressive community. And that's because Michelle O'Neill, the founder, built it that way. I mean, she's doing different things. She was in a mastermind program for like top marketing leaders. And she's had people there tell her, for the amount of training and tutorials and all the things that you're giving them, and how much you show up twice a week at these lives and helping people, you're giving it away for not enough money. This is at least a $5,000 program, and it's $900. And so, and the cool part about it is both Tricia and I qualified for payment programs for that. And so that's, as far as the finances of it, totally doable. And I made my investment back before my second payment. So it was a kind of a win-win for me. And it's one of the reasons I can offer to friends or to strangers who are living paycheck to paycheck. I feel like I can offer that because of the payment program, because that makes it doable. But people always want to know is, well, but what about the monthly fees, or what about is there anything more? Because, you know, we've all seen those programs, right? So there's a $29 one-time fee, and that goes to Michelle O'Neill and her team. That there's, I think she has 6 full-time staff that are running the different programs, the technology, the school community. And by school, it's SKOOL. You can look at the app and kind of see. She took it off of Facebook because Facebook is kind of less able to kind of control a certain environment. So she's created this community. Her goal is to get, is it 100 or 1,000 millionaires in that community? And the crazy part is she only gets $29 from each person who joined. Now we've got, I think we're over 25,000 who've joined in the last few months, which is crazy. Yeah.
Right.
But not saturated, because this is available globally to men and women around the world. So definitely not saturated. And she doesn't ask anything else of us. And here's why. She's a founder who's doing everything she's telling us to do. So she's making her own money, doing things that she's teaching us how to do. And she just wants more people to do it, because her story is, at one point she was a single mom, and now she's a grandma, and she just wanted more time with her family. And so half the time she's doing these lives for us, she's on vacation somewhere with her family. But she takes her little, 2 hours to kind of speak in life into the community and encourage us and whatever. I just really like her vibe. That also helped me if you go into our websites, mine is learnearnempower.com and willowoaklegacy.com, right? If you go into those, you input your email, you will get a video right away that helps you to get to know Michelle. She speaks on the video and welcomes you into it and shares those kinds of things as you go through the different emails that we send you through that to give you more information. So you get the sense of who she is and kind of how honest and upfront and ethical she is about this business, because some people try to make it seem like it's unethical. I've got lots to say about that. The master resale rights, totally ethical. And she's the one that has given us the resale rights, the master resale rights to be able to sell the program she's created for us, which is so generous. So she only gets $29 from each person. She doesn't need more because she's making her own money doing what she's telling us to do. And then the 2 things that they recommend is that you get your own domain name. So we both mentioned ours, and they're linked, in our Instagram accounts. And that cost anywhere, depending, I do Namecheap. I think some people do GoDaddy. It can be $3 to $20, I think, for the year for a domain name. And then they do recommend a professional email and not using like a Gmail account or something like that, because sometimes your emails will go to spam if it's not directly related. So mine is info@learnearnempower.com. And that was, I think, $40 annually. So we always want to be upfront. Those are all the little things that, it's not nickel and diming, but those are the ways that you get started, but nothing after that. And I've been on some of the live trainings where people will say, well, should we pay for an ad on Instagram, or should we pay for an ad on Facebook? And Michelle will literally say, no, there's all these free ad websites. Go do that. Continue to build your following and be really judicial about that. But if you start paying for ads, Facebook and Instagram will see you as someone who will pay. And so then they won't push out your free stuff. And so she just has all these tips and tricks that you're like, oh my gosh. And she's like, I don't want anyone to invest more money. Invest your time, invest your wisdom, your passion, and that will take you as far as you need to get. So I love that it's not like a bait and switch or hidden fees or anything like that. So that's one of the most popular questions I get. And so there's all the finances. So.
I think along with that too is I have noticed on being on Instagram that there are a lot of courses that I'm sure are really valuable that are teaching people how to monetize their social platforms.
Yep.
But what is unique and what stands apart to me about this is that it is that one-time investment that you're talking about, Mal, because it literally is a live and interactive program with daily mentorship with, I mean, we're going to go into the program and what all is included with that.
Yeah.
But you don't have to purchase other courses. Of course, there's always going to be valuable content that you can consume from other places, but really she is giving it as the digital landscape is changing, as algorithms are changing. She is moving into all of these different platforms. She's constantly experimenting. She has a team that's helping her experiment and to stay on top of things so that you are not having to reinvest. And so that was another really big draw for me, because once I found Legacy Builders, I did vet several other different programs because I wanted to know where I was investing my money. But that was a really stand apart feature with this, is that this is not a course. This is a program. This is the only investment that you'll need. We feel really confident with that.
And Tricia, I also wanted to say, I see that on the school community. Like, I haven't invested a lot in digital marketing programs because I've only recently made peace with the reality that I'm going to just do this thing, for crying out loud. But on the school community, there's a lot of people who've said, oh, I invested in this program and this is the Legacy Builder is the #1 for me. I don't need to do another one. So I heard that from other people who've invested in those things.
Yes.
You know,
I heard it from a gal also. No, go ahead, Melanie. Finish what you were just saying.
Also going to say, because, you know, our phones listen to us, or the algorithms or whatever, I'm getting all these ads now, paid ads from universities who are jumping in, like U of A now is selling a digital marketing course online. They're almost always more expensive than the $900, and you can't resell it. So it's not making you money. It's teaching you good skills. I'm sure it's a great program, but for me, it's interesting to see that all of these universities are jumping on board and offering, you know, digital training and digital marketing, but they're not giving you the master resale rights to resell you. And that for me is like, I'm so glad I found this first and didn't just jump into one of those programs and only get content, but then not really know what to do with it or be able to earn income from it fairly early on. So
yeah, no, I think I'm so glad that you shared that. And we want to give you an overview of, obviously, we've already been sharing a lot about the Legacy Builders program that she and I are both using, but we want to kind of just chunk it, you know, create some bullet points for you guys too, of what the appeal was and why we're here. So I've already mentioned it's a live and interactive program with daily mentorship. So it's keeping up with the ever-changing digital landscape. Melanie has mentioned the supportive community. I don't know if you want to speak anything more on that. It's
amazing. It's almost to the point of there's so much of it that I'm not even necessarily going in there every day, because kind of trying to order and prioritize what I'm doing. But if there's ever a question, I'm like, I can just hop in there, ask it, search to see if someone else has already asked it. But most of us who bring in new clients are willing to mentor them. So I have a little private group for those of us, Tricia's in it, where we're sharing content with each other. We're helping each other troubleshoot. So there's these small group kind of support systems that you would get if you join with Tricia or I, but then there's the huge school community. But what's been really neat is that community provides this natural accountability. We lift each other up if we're discouraged. We share our wins and celebrate with each other. And that's what's been so fun is Tricia and I knew each other from a long time ago, but we've had more interaction through this and built up this friendship because we're sharing this passion. We're doing this thing together. And so that's what I love about it. If you were to sign up for, you know, University of fill in the blank to do this digital marketing program online, you're not going to get this kind of, fellowship, community interaction where you're cheering each other on. And I'm a relationally motivated person. I finally just joined a gym because I need other people to be there sweating with me in order to motivate. I have to put a little money in, a little skin in the game in order to get myself there. And I need someone telling me what to do and making me do it. So I'm a really motivated person when it comes to exercise. And I bet I'm a relationally motivated person when it comes to doing all this digital marketing stuff. So yes, to the supportive community for sure.
And I'm going to jump off something you just mentioned and just say how much I love I'm kind of popping around here, but I love the step-by-step. So you said you want to go to the gym so that somebody will tell you what to do. Well, that's me. I can be a very scattered person and I need something that is simple to execute. Tell me what to do and let me go do it. So of course there's creative liberty. I mean, you can look at how, we have the options of using different social platforms or using the free ads. However, I mean, there is a specific training. You go to that module and you choose what you want to use, where you want to start. You go to that module and it will tell you exactly step by step how to set it up for really low tech people like me. I really am like a grandma, but it'll tell you exactly, truly, it'll go through and it'll tell you exactly step by step what to do. So that is another feature that I have really loved, that this
Yep.
feels so doable. Now,
Yep.
is there complexity to it? Sure. But it is very, very easy to execute.
Yes. The thing that we actually haven't talked about yet, we've mentioned the 2 to 3 hour workday,
Yeah.
which makes it easier for people who have full-time jobs to go, well, I could do this at night instead of watching Netflix. I can watch the training and do that. So I've seen and heard testimonies, because they share testimonies all the time on the live calls. We have testimonies within that school community, and I've heard about so many single moms working full-time jobs that were able to add this in and start making more money with this over the course of time and that consistency than they were at their full-time jobs ever. So that's been really neat to see. And that 2 to 3 hour workday, the reason why you don't have to work a full-time income is because you're setting up funnels, automated emails that work for you. So literally my first $900 payment, because you get that 100% profit, my first $900 client came in when I wasn't even on my phone or on my computer. So that was crazy to me. That's like, I could not be working and then make money. And I would say, as someone who loves multi-level marketing, like I built an amazing business with an amazing company, and I continue to support that in this new affiliate. Like, how many things do you have to sell in your current MLM or the MLM you were a part of? How many products would you have had to sell? How many customers would you have had to make $900? That's what's crazy to me, is because of the value of this program. And even if someone is doing the payment plan, you still get the $900. They pay the loan like Affirm, Afterpay, Klarna. Those are the three companies I think that we use for the payment programs. They're giving you the loan. So you're seeing the $900 right away, even if they're paying the loan off through those payment plan companies. So it's just like incredible to be able to have that kind of upfront right away, and the encouragement of, okay, this is working. The automations are working. The funnels are working. The emails that we tweak to put our voice and our story in it are working for me. They're being sent out every time someone puts a new email in. Those are being sent out while I'm sleeping or whenever they're sending them out, and you can go back and look and see who's opening. And so it's just this whole program that allows you to do it on a part-time basis. And I love that.
Yeah, that was a big distinction for me too in choosing which program or course that I wanted to go with. Is once I started vetting everything, this was the only one that I found that had email automations and funnels that would run, that were easy to set up, and also in the emails that there's already emails that she kind of curates with
Yep.
good copy. I don't know if you're familiar, because that was something new to me, but like copywriting, that's what translates to customers. And so it's something that she's teaching you to do by way of modeling, by way of offering samples. And so it is a proven system. It's already earning, I can't remember the number, but it was over 10 million went out in the last 90 days to, this was so cool to me, but to people just like us. It was paid out to them because their business is running on email automations.
Yeah.
And so that was a really big appeal to me as well.
Yeah. I think the only thing we're missing that we haven't talked about yet is in the ongoing training, it's not just social media, but it's mindset training, it's branding, it's finding your ideal client. It really is for being part of, like, again, the MLM culture. We paid trainers lots of money to come in and tell us some of these things that I'm seeing, like, oh, yep, that's confirming of what I've been trained in my other businesses. Even in my coaching training, I'm learning all this marketing stuff. But this is much more detailed, much more thorough. And as you said, they tell you how to execute it. It's not just like, go, this ethereal, this is who you should be, or here's how you do it. Here, open up your Instagram account, go here, click on that. Like, it's very, very detailed. Like, I just was going to start the Pinterest training and look at it's an hour and a half, and she is showing you, this is what I put, you got to click it to a business account. Here's what mine looks like. See how I'm using my branding color. It's just like very, very thorough, and they walk you through it.
Yeah.
And that's been really helpful. So,
Yeah.
Tricia, do you want to, we talked about that school community. Do you have it up to read some of the wins today?
I do. I thought this would be fun if we just went straight into the school community. So anytime you go in there, I mean, there's a classroom for the ongoing trainings that are always being put out. There's tech support, a place for social media questions or follow trains, and there's all these different things. I haven't even utilized that. There are so many resources that are available to us. But one of the sections that's really fun to visit is the wins. So every day you can get into this community and you can see what's happening. So I honestly, I'm just pulling it up. Let's see what has happened. 19 days since I launched this amazing program, and I have made $5,400. I'm over here crying happy tears. 30 days ago, I was sick and stressing over finances and what to do, and now I can rest easy. What a blessing.
Yeah.
Melissa, let's see. I can open up.
Cecilia says 15 days and $6,600 later. And it looks like there's a whole crew from South Africa that are just killing it right now. And it looks like she's from there. But she says, she's basically saying to herself and others, well done for pushing through on hard days. Well done for showing up even when it was hard. Well done for celebrating the small wins as much as the big ones. And well done for believing you can even before you did.
Yeah.
She said, the mama in the mirror this morning reminded me that I came far, because I chose to choose a better life. Never stop choosing to find a way. I love that encouragement.
Yeah. I joined less than 2 weeks ago, started a brand new TikTok account. I'm a pastor and didn't want the optics of trying to sell my congregants. I started the account and started posting consistently 3 times a day on July 1st. I hit 1,000 followers today, went live, and let's see. Hit 1K followers. Okay, so that win is not a monetary win, but it's her reach. So I think, and then I'll just share with you guys a little bit of my story, because I meant to do that earlier, but I don't think I did. But, Melanie has shared how she, I think in 7 days, she sold her first program for $900. And in her first month, she sold 2,800. Is that right?
Yep.
2,700. So for me, I have just started my 3rd week. I get really confused because I didn't start on like the Monday of the week, the first day of the week or whatever, in my mind, the first work day. But I just finished my 2nd week. I have made $0.
Hey,
but here's the thing. I am not utilizing my warm market. I told you I'm not a social media person. I've never really wanted to be in the money making niche. That's not what I thought I wanted. Now I'm great for it. But for me though, my Instagram, it's all a slow grow, but I am really focused on nurturing people here in this space. And I want everything that I write and every reel that I create and every conversation that I have and my DMs and every story that I post, I want it to be fully me. I'm not just trying to sell you something, but this is a brand that I am creating that will translate through the different seasons of my life. And so that's the vision that I want to create for you guys. Yeah. You might be a mom just looking to make some money while you're at home with your kids and to do it in the fringe hours of your day. But this is something that you can evolve with. Yeah. And so I have literally not had a hint of discouragement because it is something that I am willing and committed to the slow grow and something that's going to be sustainable and something that's going to create a true legacy for my family. But that legacy holds 2 parts. That is a monetary legacy for sure. I want to free my husband up to do the things, to pursue his passions and the business business ideas that he has. I want to give him that because I love him and I honor him. But I want to give my kids the opportunity for their feet to touch foreign soil at a young age. We want to travel the globe. We want to do cross-country adventures, things that right now our checkbook just can't afford. But that said, the legacy is really in the day-to-day moments where we are breath to breath and belly to belly with our people. So with my kids, that I'm the one that's speaking into their ears, that, you know, that we are in community. Community is so important to us. Our families are our best friends. Our church family is so important to us. So I am not going to build something at the expense of the things that are most important. Yeah. And so all that to say is I have vision, and that's what you need. If you want this, you have to create a vision for your future. So that's what we can help you to create, is to create your own family vision, to create, you know, to excavate what God has put into your heart and to see what that can translate to by way of making an income. Now, on a shallow note that some people here on Instagram have said makes no difference, but I think it's a small win and I'm going to celebrate it. But I did just look, I think it was this morning. So, you know, I told you I've not made any sales, but hang around, we'll get there. But I have had my Instagram reach in the last just over 14 days has reached over 21,000 people. And so something that I'm doing is getting out there, and I'm going to continue to craft a very specific message for a specific person. It's for a mom who is at home, who wants to earn an income while keeping all their values in alignment. Yeah. So, you know, that is who I'm speaking to. And Melanie, she has another little shift, which our hearts overlap here with the mission piece, because I am certainly her ideal customer. But who I'm speaking to is any mama who is wanting to make money from home without sacrificing time with her babies. So if you're wanting to earn passive income while you're adventuring with your kids, giving them a robust childhood, a simple childhood, I would love to have conversations with you.
Yes, and I want to add to Tricia's win as well, that because she is doing, and you should jump over and see how beautiful her stuff is, and it's so genuinely her, and she was doing the recommended posting 3 times a day, and if within 1 week she got the same number of followers that it took me a month to get, because I can only barely post one reel a day. So you do see, like, okay, what they're saying is true, that the more you do, the faster you'll grow. And so she got to followers in 1 week with 3 reels a day. I got to followers in a month because I could barely post 1 reel a day. And both are okay. Like, we'll just grow at different rates and we'll see different results, but consistency over time will both be successful. And I want to
go ahead.
Mention, because we didn't talk about that guy, Tim. The last meeting we had, the founder, this guy, Tim, came on, and he didn't make a sale for 3 months. And he was a business guy. Like, he came from a pretty specific background. You would think, oh, he'd be able to convert like crazy, but probably not offering it to his warm market either. But he did what he was supposed to do for 3 months. And now it's been a year and he's made $200,000. And so people that we look to and say, man, if you just keep going, if you just consistent, you will see results to some degree. There's no one who's doing all the right things and making $0. In fact, Michelle will say, every time people complain or like, I'm doing everything you tell me to do and I'm not making any money, she can go back to their account and check to see how much of the training they've actually looked through, because you know, when you're done, it will show that you're done and it checks them off. And it's actually very satisfying because you can see how much you've done. And she says every time someone says that, she goes back and most of them haven't done more than 7% of the training. And so she's right. It works if you work, basically.
Yeah, good. And I wanted to piggyback on what you're saying is I think it is so, so critical to keep your blinders on in this space. I mean, Instagram is honestly, I've had a great time, like, getting to know other digital marketers, even people who are in different courses. I have gotten so, I've had such genuine conversations and such encouraging tips on on Instagram that I've not reached yet in our training. And so things that people who have been doing this. So I want to cheer you on no matter what you're doing, but I have to keep my blinders on.
Yeah.
Melanie has to keep her blinders on, because if you look at our Facebook or our Instagram accounts, you know, I don't, the number of followers is not a reflection of the money in their pocketbooks. Mm-hmm. And so you see that already. Melanie says that she's been doing 1 post a day, but she's already in her first month has made over $2,000. Mm-hmm. I mean, and think about it. How much could $2,000, what would that do for you? Like, how life-changing would $2,000 a month be for you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Think on that.
Yeah. And I would say, because I'm looking, we're kind of heading into right about an hour. So we're going to start wrapping the call up. But I know that we talked about both of our husbands, like we had mentioned, you were wanting to sell to prove to your husband that this wasn't just the next shiny new object. So this is, you're giving that to him. And my husband and I talked about it a lot, prayed about it before we decided to jump in. And he, just to see the smile on his face when I got that first check and was able to, and now I'm, you know, into my full second month and continuing that, and like seeing him be proud of me and grateful for me and encouraging me if I get discouraged. And that's been really neat to see. So we want to move to, and this is part of the marketing training, we want to move to a call to action. This is your chance to ask questions, even in the replay. We're going to continue to look on this. We want you to kind of think through what is it that's on your heart or your mind. Tell us what your passions are. Would this still work for this program? And then we want you to know that they have regular challenges going that you can jump into. And they have that 7-day launch to profit where you get everything set up. And then they give you, like, this is what you do on day 1, day 2, day 3, you know, throw it out there. I threw it out there at the very bottom of my 50th birthday post because I didn't want to, you know, like take advantage of my warm market or whatever. And that's when Tricia started being interested, and another kind of acquaintance on Facebook or someone that's I've connected with was interested and jumped right in right away. And to the point where I was like, have you talked about this with your people first? Like, make sure, you know, I don't want you to jump in too soon, but got my first sale within that first 7 days. And so they do have that 7-day launch to profit. And some people see profit within that first 7 days of getting it set up. And then they have a 30-day smart start, and then, which has like a lot of options for what you can do. And I'm more of like a bits and pieces gal. I joked with Tricia that I don't ever really follow a recipe all the way to the end. I'm always substitutions or whatever. So I'm more like I always do things a little bit my own way, but there's so many options and there's flexibility to do that and still be successful in the long term. And then Tricia, they have the 90-day, what is that one called? The 90-day success. Yeah.
So I have been really motivated by this because I feel like, you know, I was getting everything set up and, you know, just trying to get my footing. And I was, you know, really intentional about creating content consistently, you know, every day. But this 90-day success sprint, every day, Michelle O'Neill, our founder, is hopping on and is giving us actionable steps that we can take to really accelerate this growth. And so, but she really, really instills that this is for the long haul. Give it 90 days and see what can happen in 90 days. And so what I would encourage you guys to think about is we are at the start of this 90-day period, just a few days in. We started July 9th. And so we are looking, there are 2 more 90-day periods before Christmas or before the end of the year. And so think about if we were consistent and faithful to small actions every day for our online business, think about that impact that would have for our families. And so we're inviting you to join us on this 90-day sprint. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I am like in a creative flow that is translating to so many different areas of my life. I mean, I am, like I said, I'm a homeschool mom, so there's a lot of creativity there. I'm, you know, really involved in the church with our girls club and, you know, just even in conversation with people, it's very invigorating to get connected to this community. And so if you want to join us on the 90-day sprint, come on.
And then with that call to action, we want to call people to action who would answer yes to any of these questions. So are you already spending time consuming on social media? I mean, I think we're always surprised when we get that report of how long we've been on our phones or whatever. If you want to turn that consuming time that I know when I'm at the end of it, if I fall down a YouTube hole that's lame, I always feel like, oh, I wish I would have used that time better. And this is invigorating the time that we use on social media. It's making it purposeful. So if you want more purposeful time and less consumption on social media, then this is for you. Another question, if you answer yes to, do you already have a desire to create something, but no idea what or how?
It looks like we have 21 seconds remaining. So put your Q&As in the comment, or your questions in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, and we'll make sure that we get back to you. We're going to do a couple giveaways. So if you would like a consultation with us to give you some inspiration and some excitement and to cast vision for you, then comment in the